I will not be standing for any more of this Bo Nix slander. I do not understand it. First it was CBS, then it was ESPN, and then it was The Athletic, and now it is PFF, man. What is going on, and what is it going to take for Broncos country and their franchise quarterback to get the love that they deserve? I'm sick of this, man. I am sick of this. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about what the hell PFF just said and where they ranked Bo Nix among all of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL. It's pretty crazy. And maybe I'm missing something, but I certainly am trying my best to not look at this through the orange and blue lenses. But Broncos country, join me for the ride, man. Subscribe to the channel if not already. We are going to dig into the disrespect train that all of these different media outlets seem to be on when it comes to your franchise quarterback, man. Bo Jesus Christ Nix. That's going to be his nickname for me moving forward. I don't get it. All right, so let's set the scene here before we get into anything and we start to overreact at all, any of that kind of stuff. All right, like the screen a little bit bigger for you, and we'll get right into it. So PFF very clearly states, here are PFF's quarterback rankings heading into the new season based on a combination of recent performance and career trajectory. Because I always tell people when you're doing your ranks or when you're talking about the greatest, context is extremely important. And it very, very much is here. No doubt about that. Context is everything. Oops, what the hell is going on? Context is very important. Ain't no doubt about that. And so I'm glad that they gave that context, because when you talk about, okay, if you're looking for quarterbacks for this upcoming season, it's, many times it's very different than for the next, several years. So it says a combination of recent performance and a career trajectory. As expected, the list kicks off with Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes. I ain't got no qualms about that. Absolutely the best quarterback in the NFL. Okay. So we can go through the tier, right? You can make the argument here. They got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, right? I think that those four are the clear-cut best. I certainly will put Josh Allen above Lamar Jackson, but that's for an entirely different conversation, right? Then they got tier 2 high-end starters. They got Jalen Hurts. They got Jaden Daniels. They got Matthew Stafford. And they've got Justin Herbert, which come on now. All right, we're not going to get into that. I don't want to make this a Chargers slander show and have my guy Bolt Casa all mad at me. All right, but whatever. Tier 3A is solid starters who have flashed high-end play. I don't really know why that's lower. Oh, it's lower tier, solid starters instead of high-end. Anyways, I don't know I don't know what high-end play Justin Herbert has really showed compared to Jared Goff, maybe, but fine. And then they got Geno Smith and Brock Purdy. Come on, fellas. What are we doing here? I get it. Geno Smith has been a lot better than I think a lot of people give credit for, but to have him at number 10, 33 years old, you're talking about career trajectory. How many good years does he really have left in him, right? Sure, he might tear up the stat sheet a little bit. And he might be pretty decent under pressure, but he hasn't really won anything. Right? And it's not all about winning, but I don't know about that, man. And then Brock Purdy, we all know about Brock Purdy, right? Just the average quarterback, got paid, but certainly is a product of a system. It's never fair to say that, but let's face it, we're very familiar with the Shanahan system, and we know what it could do with QBs, right? We saw with Jake the Snake, one of my favorite quarterbacks, Jake Plummer, was an absolute, Pro Bowl, borderline all pro level when he was in this system. Brock Purdy is not anything overly special. There's nothing that he can really do special. He's just solid. But to have him at 11, I don't hate it, right? But for me personally, I'd take Jordan Love and Baker Mayfield over Brock Purdy and Geno Smith any day of the week. They're younger quarterbacks than Geno. They've got plenty of upside. They've flashed. They've looked very, very good. I don't know what Baker Mayfield needs to do to get more love, but all he does is make plays, and I love his style of play. But all right, so as you can tell, we still haven't gotten to Bo, right? They got CJ Stroud here, Kyler Murray, which that's really funny. He shouldn't be anywhere in that conversation. Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, again, another guy severely disrespected. I get it. He plays for the Cowboys. It's easy to hate on him. But Dak Prescott's been a really, really damn good quarterback, man, for many years when he's healthy. Then they got Tua Tagovailoa, who, again, I think big time product of a system. I think he's bolstered a little bit because the backup situation has been so bad there. But I'm fine. I'm fine with the ranking of them being at 18. And then you get into tier 4, young players with a wide range of potential outcomes. Now, if you're talking about recent performance, right, and you're talking about the 2025 season as a whole, sure, it did not start very well for Bo early on. It didn't start well for any of the rookie quarterbacks. I don't think a rookie quarterback last year threw a touchdown pass until like week 3 or week 4. It was a struggle across the league. And it's a common thing. Lack of reps in the offseason. It's a big transition. But what you saw from Bo was he consistently, not only was he able to get through that rough, 3-game stretch to start the season, he got through that and he got better every single week. People said he didn't have the arm talent. All he did was show that he's got the arm talent. He's winning and he's beating defenses short, intermediate, and definitely deep. And he was not, he did not have really much at all around him. It was actually miraculous that we were a 10-7 team that made the playoffs, given that we had absolutely no tight ends, really no weapons outside of Cortland Sutton, and a run game that was historically bad. Just to give you guys an idea, Bo Nix was the second leading rusher on that team. So I don't get it. Listen, do I think Jaden Daniels deserves to be higher than Bo Nix? Yes. I don't really understand why everyone compares the two, right? Jaden Daniels was the second pick. Bo Nix was the 6th. There was 3 guys selected in between them that were quarterbacks. So I don't get it. And I have so much love for Jaden Daniels. I loved him coming out of LSU. I knew we never had a chance to sniff him in the draft, but he was a baller. But to think that, based off of his year, right, and what he ended up doing for his team, he's going to be, 14 slots ahead of Bo Nix is crazy with a lot of these other guys. And talk about career trajectory. I mean, what am I missing something? What did I see from, or I guess not see from Bo Nix last year to think that he's close to his ceiling or he doesn't have a significant amount of room to grow? Got all the tools, super athletic, can extend plays, unbelievable leadership traits, accuracy, throwing at all levels of the field. The timing got consistently better, and he did so with nothing. Right? Great defense, but nothing. I really don't get it. Nix found his footing, posting an 85.7 overall grade the rest of the way. This is after the first 4 games of the season. So for 13 of the 17 games, he posted an 85.7 overall grade. Meanwhile, when you go back up here and you look at the reason that they have Jaden Daniels this high, and I'm only comparing them because they both played one season. And you're talking about recent performance, you're talking about career trajectory. It's going to be even on those fronts. All right. So that being the case, his rookie campaign was arguably the best we've ever seen, is what they said, with a 90.6 overall grade, making him the highest ever recorded by PFF. So he got 90.6 for the entire season. Bo Nix was at 85.7. So, a little bit below for the final 13 games of the year. And if you look at it every single week, he was getting better. I don't get it, man. I really don't understand it. The turnover-worthy plays were unbelievably low. The playmaking ability was there. Like I said, I have no issues with Jaden Daniels being higher than Bo Nix. I would 100% agree with that. But to have that big of a gap and to have guys like Tua Tagovailoa, you're talking about career trajectory, right? The dude is, I don't know, what is he, 29 or something like that, 30 playing, going on 40. Kyler Murray, what has he done in his career? I don't know. I think CJ Stroud should probably be higher. Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, no issues there. And then Geno Smith and Brock Purdy. It's just a crazy, weird list. I feel like their tiers are just completely off. To think about career trajectory, right? I mean, Geno Smith is 33 years old. Brock Purdy, Yeah, he's fine. He ain't done anything all that special. I like Jared Goff there. But then Justin Herbert. I mean, really, guys, like, I get it, man. He's got all this talent, and people, they salivate over his skill set, but he doesn't move the needle. He doesn't scare anybody. He's never won. He has yet to win a playoff game in 2 appearances. One of them where he was, had a huge lead against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't get it. I feel like Justin Herbert is, I don't even know what a good comp for him is, but he's just, he takes care of the football. He makes plays here and there, but he's incredibly inconsistent, and he never shows up in the big time meaningful games, in my opinion. So I don't understand why they have him that high. Matthew Stafford, one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. Career trajectory probably brought him down a little bit because he is older. So, I get that. And then, I mean, the list seems crazy. I will give them credit, however, because they were consistent here. They had put Bryce Young in this lower tier where he deserves. And it's not like they went there and they ranked JJ McCarthy and Drake May higher and Michael Penix higher than Bo Nix, having, given the fact that JJ McCarthy didn't even play last year. Drake May and Michael Penix had a really small stint. But why Drake May would be below JJ McCarthy really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it is what it is. I thought Drake May was balling. But you're talking about like recent performance. I thought Drake May was fantastic. I thought Michael Penix showed a lot of really good things in his small stint. And then career trajectory. I mean, both of these guys are unbelievably highly touted. They would get multiple first-round picks if teams wanted to trade for them hypothetically. So to have them lower than a lot of those veterans up top is crazy. They got it right with Caleb Williams, and then, Cam Ward, and then, we go on the list, Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, blah, blah, blah. So I have no issues there. But I don't understand the disrespect, guys. Am I missing something? Am I missing something when it comes to, where the league should be viewing Bo Nix? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think that I am. I watched a lot of the kid, and I tell you what, he's an absolute baller across the board. And he's got an incredibly high floor, but he also has an incredibly high ceiling. And all he's going to get is, more experience. He's going to get more comfortable in this offense, and he's certainly going to benefit from having better weapons around him. And no doubt about it, he can lead the team. I want to know what you guys think, man. Why is PFF tripping? PFF is, I will say, they've always been one of my favorite websites. If you guys watch my videos, you know the love that I have for them. They do great work, but I think they missed the ball pretty badly on this one. Let me know below in the comments, guys. Y'all take it easy, man. And until the next video, peace.